Hey, John Nichols, if you're up here on the track, could you please come to registration? Winner needs to see you.
Hunter struggled earlier in the year, and the last couple of hooks he's actually done really well in this Family Hooker International.
Clearing, grading, road building. If you need any of that stuff work done, contact Derek Frankler or Ethan Bach. You can come up here and see me, and I'll be glad to give you their number. And of course, Ray Brubeck. Ray Brubeck's Grader and Lawn Care Service. Without their help tonight, as you all very well seen on the track, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing here without them. We are certainly grateful to have them on board as sponsors and helping us out.
2 hours and 45 minutes after the start time, 7 p.m. 9:45. We're getting underway.
Year round to get all this fair and all the stuff that goes along with the fair in order. And of course, you all the fans for coming out and hanging out with us. We certainly do appreciate that. All right. We got Hunter Sheplet on the hook. Starting off the 11,000 Oxford Farm class. Build the boost and turn it loose. Yeah, distance reader. Hey, winner, if those walkies are down there, can you give me one or two? Simple and neat.
Looks like he's turning it down. They might have to loosen it up just a little bit. First hook of the night. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was a little bit of dust coming up. They said the track could use a little bit of water, and we got some all natural water, some rain. But then we took about an inch or two off, and then it was dust underneath. So we worked it in. Here we go. This is what we got. Pretty good dirt pile, I'd say. Historic Fishersville, Virginia. Been a big pull here for the NTPA. Earl Weaver was instrumental in getting the NTPA in here, building the bottom track. We can actually show you where we got a few seconds. The bottom track was down by those trees, and that's where it was, at the hillside. I mean, there's so many people. Earl Weaver was instrumental in building that track and getting the NTPA in here, and then he was instrumental in building this track. And then a similar vibe, you have the hillside, and the NTPA ran here for a few years. And then those Dragon Motorsports boys got a hold of it. And Mountain Boys. East Coast Pro Pullers have been in here. Appalachian Outlaws have been in here. They just did Demo Derby last night for the fair. And then they had motocross earlier this week. Derek Brinkley in the Kubota.
He's going to reset the sled, move it over, clean this little bit of a mess up. That means he will come back.
Now Bill Balderson, you see him right there. He's had some issues getting off the track, so he couldn't cut his vehicle off during the national anthem. But I think he's got some issues underlying there, but he's just pulling with it as long as he can. But once he gets his rolling, he likes to keep it rolling until he pulls off the track. Next puller in the class moved on after they reset the sled. So the Mark Lawson out of Standardsville on an 8600 Ford. Mark Lawson got the win in Dillwyn a little over, well, right at 2 weeks ago.
Also, folks, if y'all want a recap of tonight's or this weekend's event, or if you're into tractor pulling videos and like to see good quality shows on the YouTube, you can check out WWPTV, Mr. Will Witt. He's down here trackside filming. He's got a heck of a Facebook following, and he's got a YouTube channel, and he's got his own stuff also. He is very well popular on the internet. He travels all over doing truck and tractor pulling. Check it out. Subscribe to WWPTV.
Of course, you guys already know where to get that good stuff. WWPTV, your home of horsepower. I'm Will Witt of WWPTV, of course. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to share, like it. We'll change out the thumbnail here in a little bit. This sled can change the weight box, how much weight goes in it, how fast the weight box comes up. And it has a whole bunch of settings based on that. Hope y'all enjoyed that blown mini video I did earlier. 6 p.m. I think it went live. And then I did the first truck show video I've ever done before. So check that out. If you got any helpful criticism, please feel free to leave that in the comments on that video. And then we released Madison, I believe it was it last night? I think it was last night. We have, I think, all but one poll left remaining that we haven't put live, and that's Victoria, Virginia. Now, we're running 5 Dragon courses, classes. Altered Farm, 7800 Light Pro, mega trucks. It isn't really a class, but it's a Dragon Motorsports thing. Then we're going to run the 5,200 pound V8 economy modified tractors, where they small block swap them. And then last but not least, we're going to run the 62 National Sportsman, which is a wedge based version of the National Modified class. And I say all that to say this. We got 2 hours to get this show in. There's curfew at 11. And we're running the loudest class last. So we need to be about our business and get these tractors hooked up.
Alright, we're going to finally move along here. Mark Lawson out of Standardsville, 8600 Ford. Find out if he's going to keep it or turn it down. Thumbs up, the mark is set. 318.37.
3:18:37 for Mark Lawson.
Bill Box, Pittsburgh. 786 high. See you next one. Folks, tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock, we'll be right back out here again doing this trucker tractor pulling, and we have a whole pile of stuff going on down here tomorrow. We've got all the Mountain Boys points classes. We also got a couple farm classes of 12,000, 15,000, and we've got some street diesels, some run what you brung diesels. We got the mega monsters coming back out. We've got a 6,500-pound open tractor class, a 6,500-pound street 4x4 class, and a few others to mention later, but we've got a full night of truck and tractor pulling that closes out here on Saturday night at the Augusta County Fair.
They're going to drag Bill Balderson backwards.
All right, Bill Balderson on the hook, got to chase down Mark. He's sitting up at the 318. Uh-oh. He didn't have the required rights. He didn't go past the point of no return, so he can't go back and try it one more time. Bill Balderson's having a little technical difficulties right here.
I think he found his problem right there.
Right. Unfortunately, he's going to have to drop. 37.40 will be his final distance.
3740. 3740.
Y'all put your hands together, give him a little appreciation for trying here tonight. He did drive all the way from Fredericksburg to come down here and have technical difficulty, all right? Tough luck. Kenny Bauer out of Ruckersville for another international. He calls the Rippin' Red be your next puller.
Just saw Kenny Bogger in the pits, ripping red is what they're calling it. Just put some decals on there.
Hi, George. How'd y'all get roped into that? Daddy's girl. He was coming at the wheel. Very close up. All right, next puller in the class is going to be Nick Jones out of Stanley on 12.70.
So Kenny got into the soft dirt, and it looked like it pulled him and pulled him and pulled him. You can kind of see right there at that crown where it just kind of brought him on over. He did not hit the berm over here. I guess that's the white line for tonight, the berms. That is the best thing that's happened to this sport, is that rake. Did a little pit walkthrough earlier. I saw this case. I was like, oh, I don't know that fella. We'll find out in just a minute who this is.
pretty good wheel speed. 227.57.
227.57, 227.57.
Tommy Edward out of Standardville. On another Ford, he calls the Snort Horse to be your next puller. Hey Jeff, where's your boy?
Yeah, Clay Haney, Cody Haney. Those are my hometown guys from Athens, Alabama. That's where I'm from.
Time to come up here.
Moulton, Alabama, ain't but an hour from Athens. Maybe an hour and a half.
Never mind, I guess I just did.
Former points champion in this Alter Farm class, Tommy Eppard, and the Snortin' Horse. Yeah, we got a truck class. We have two actually. First off, we're running Alter Farm. Second is the 7800 Light Pro Stock Light Limited, I guess is what they call them in different regions. Then we're going to run the mega trucks, wheel standing mega trucks. Then we're going to run the 5,200 pound V8 swap economy modified. They're swapped with a 440 cubic inch small block. Most of them are Chevy. We got one Ford in that power plant. And then the last truck class is the 6,200 pound modified Sportsman, meaning that it's only wedge motors, no Hemis.
Alright, let's see if that Snortin' Horse can get on up there close to march distance. 3:18.37 is still in the #1 spot.
For Tommy Eppard and the Snortin' Horse, putting him on top of his stablemate Mark Lawson. Those Ford guys like to stick together, don't they?
Coming up next.
Good run for Tommy Eppard, moving the leader mark. Mr. Kevin Graham there put the leader mark down on the berm over there. Good crowd. This is about what we expect. I got some bleachers over off on the hill. A lot of people bring their lawn chairs, and then the other side is called Redneck Hill over there. They like to back up their 4x4s and you know, have a good old time. You saw Wayne Balderson run a few minutes, Bill Balderson run a few minutes ago. This is Wayne Balderson and the little tractor. He says he's related to Clay and Cody. I want to know how related. Do you go to the barbecue joint with them on Thursday night? That's what I want to know. Because then you tight with them. I remember I was about 4 years old when I got to sat on Cujo for the first time. What a rush. It really affected me. Infected me, I guess. I've been hooked on this sport ever since. Kind of got out of it college time and started dating my wife. And then we got married, started having kids, and they wanted to go to the fair, and I noticed our fair had tractor pull. I was like blown away. I didn't think they did this up here. Been filming it ever since. All right, here we go. Wayne Balderson.
All right, Wayne Balderson. Not IH. Takes it down them forward. Everything he had, 313.49.
313.49 for Wayne. Giving her the beans. I mean, I tell you, he was on it.
Next puller out in Bridgewater going to be Jason Patterson. On that Oliver, he calls the top gun.
So we are related by marriage to the family who puts on that Lucas Mid-South Pullers Association down there. I was at Ardmore, Tennessee a couple years ago. I think it's 2021. Yeah, that sounds right. And we were starting talking about, you know, I was only 15 minutes away from my house. And they're like, well, where were you? And I was like, oh, I'm over here off of this street. And they're like, oh no, that's where my cousins are. I was like, that's where my uncle is. Two and two together. We're related by marriage. Yeah, that turbo was screaming. Here we go. We got an Oliver called the Top Gun, Jason Patterson. So back in the day, he called himself Maverick, and he had a buddy, Travis Crow. They called him Goose. So see if Top Gun can shoot down the competition. $297.99. You hear one of those belts really working overtime. There it goes, cleared up a little bit. Beautiful 1755 right there for Jason. Jason used to run a diesel truck called the Blurred Lines. I was singing a song every time it come up. Blurred Line.
All right, 78 light limited. 78, 100-pound light limited. Light pro stock. You're up next. Be lining them up, guys. 78 light pro stock. You're up next. There's 4 of you. Bring them on out. Adam Ritchie, Steve Flynn, Ted Ingram, Derek Griswold.
So before there was an 8,500 pound light pro stock, I'll tell you this in a second. Kenny Sandridge, an old hermit. Kenny dropped his hitch at Madison about 3 weeks ago. That was the video we just pushed. I think it was last night. Yeah, probably last night. Put a little slow-mo replay in there for you. Anyway, about 20 years ago, there's a league, and it's still to this day, and they had a class called the 7,700 pound light limited turbo, and it's still called that. I think they're now upwards of 8,000 pounds, and they're pushing about 483 cubic inch. Anyway, to be different, this league called them the 7,800 light pro stocks, and all the pullers were the same, but they didn't want to call it the same thing, so I get that. That's a good run for Kenny Sandridge. They've been working on this thing, trying to add and add.
We got Hunter coming back. He was the first one that was set to win, but he gets to come back. Right now, we got Donnie Guggenheim out of Luray on that 9,000 board. As you can see, we got two boards up in the lead. Tommy Edwards, that short horse at the number 1 spot, and you got Mark Lawson with the number 2 spot. Let's see if Johnny can get that forward into number 3.
Now, Donnie, I called Donnie in the pits earlier, and he said he's going to give her the beans tonight too. He's coming after that 320. So we got about an hour and a half left to get this pull in. There's roughly 5 in the next class, 3 mega trucks, and then about 5 or 6 in the economy modified class, and then about 6 or 7 in the sportsman. I think we're fine. I think we're going to get it in fine, no problem.
Hi, Miss Rhonda.
307-25, 307-25. It's kind of like a hot farm. It's an entry-level class. We actually have another class called hot stock. This is a entry-level class. You buy the turbo. It's a box turbo. It's sealed and tagged, and you can't tamper with it. And if someone else is doing really well and you like their turbo, you can buy their turbo for cost, and then they go get a new turbo. So that's how that works with a box turbo. Borg Warner, I believe, is what they use. And they do have a speed limit. 14.4 is what they can't go over. Hunter Shiflett dropped his first hook. Now he's coming back.
Hunter Shiflett out of Ruckersville at 1066. He felt the family hooker. Maybe he's hitting the sled. I want to get a little heavy. See how he can do now. Still got to chase down them fours to take over the lead. Let's see if he's got enough under the hood to do it.
You're very welcome. Rookie puller here, Hunter Shiflett out of Ruckersville. Ruckersville used to have a really big pull back in the day. Management, I don't know what their motivations were, but it kind of let it go by the wayside. But they said it used to have about 16 or 17 light limited turbos come down there and put on a pole. Pro Farm, a whole bunch of stuff was coming down there, and it was a big pull. Like I said, for whatever reason, it just kind of fell by the wayside. So. Dragon Motorsports operates mainly out of Virginia, but there are some pulls in North Carolina. There's a pull in Maryland on Sunday in Leonardtown. A couple of pulls in Maryland. La Plata also. La Plata, Maryland.
We'll have a little technical difficulty. He can back up and make one more attempt at it.
Here's the epitome of pullers. You got their competitors right there, helping them out, looking on the inside, seeing what's loose.
And then we're going to move into the 78 Light Pros.
They don't know if he's done or not. Old Copper barking over there. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna take a look at Copper.
Are we going to need a pullback tractor down there for him? Or
That's the dog of Jerry Smith. Where is Jerry? I don't see him right now. Anyway, Copper is the Dragon Motorsports mascot for the moment. He'll bark all through the night.
Somebody let Derek know to take the skid loader down there. They got some diesel fuel on the track. We need to get it cleaned up, please. Thank you, Derek.
Okay, so I know you guys like knowing what we got here. There's the standard fares. So someone said they had a hamburger and it wasn't anything to write home about, so I'm not going to tell you about the hamburger. What I get when I come here, this is what I love, is the ribeye sandwich. And you can get it with peppers and onions. I get mine plain because it's sauteed real well. And the ribeye sandwich, $7. You can't really beat that. If they fold it over, it's nice and lean, thin. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best things I've ever had. And that's what I like to eat here, the ribeye sandwich. And then and we might crank into a few beers here in a few minutes. And we're going to be here, stay over the night. So me and probably the sled operator and a couple of other Dragon Motorsports guys, we'll get into it a little bit. He said it ain't got no gas in it. I reckon I like them there French fried potatoes. Yep. Sling Blade, hell of a movie. Call it a Kaiser blade, some people call it. I call it a sling blade. Oh, what's going on with Hunter down there?
All right. Hunter Simpson having a little technical difficulty leaking some diesel fuel, so he's not going to be able to re-pull. We'll give him a chance to get out of the way. We'll get the track cleaned up, and we're going to run his exhibition run. Ebner Winger down at Singer's Lane. 1655 Oliver will make an exhibition pass.
Someone said, oh, I love the fact that these hot farms have got roll cages. Well, this is an exhibition hook and it ain't got no roll cage on it. So. That's what it sounds like.
All right, I have a white Hyundai Sonata on the road up here going towards the barn. It has been parked in the middle of the road for some reason, unknown to me. But it's a white Hyundai Sonata DEF 9168. If you decided to park in the middle of the road, you need to move it. The fair people said that they'll give me a chance to give you a couple seconds to get up there. If not, then they will have it moved. So, but you got a white Hyundai Sonata, license plate DDF 9168. You need to report your car and move it immediately, please. All right, Edgar Wenger out of Singer's Lane, going to make an exhibition pass from the 25 Oliver. Do math. 229.53. 229.5.
229.53, 229.53.
First place in the class going to Tommy Empert. Second place going to Mark Lawson. Third place, Wayne Balderson. Fourth place going to Donnie Gubernauer, right out in the top 5, Kenny Sandridge. All right, folks, the next group of tractors is going to be the 7,800-pound light pro stock tractors. We got 4 of them in this class.
£8,000 light pro stock, 466 cubic inch. They're somewhere, they got a little bit of an allowance. They might be up to 480 cubic inch. Turbo 3x4, 3 on the inlet, 4 on the outlet. And they can run Polar tires. Four-time point champion right there, Steve Flint, putting on his jacket. And the head case MX 275, called the head case. And then this guy in the Ford is Acme Rocket, Ted Ingram. Right in the middle of them is Mike Runkle, Old Smoky. And then I guess the fourth one is Adam Ritchie on Pabst Blue Ribbon. Had injection issues in South Boston, about 5 hours. No, that's not true. About 3 hours south of here last week, but he had a guest, Billy Rice, the host of the whole pull his tractor for him. This is Darren Creefield on the Oliver 88, called Old Smoky. It's a 5.9 Cummins on the power plant. You can hear it once it spools up. Yeah, that's right. Some of these well, actually 1, 2, 3. Actually, all 4 of these tractors tonight were at Keystone at the indoor pull in March, the middle of March. You can go check that out. It's a great indoor pull, probably the biggest one on the East Coast.
All right, here's Fishersville.
Well, North Atlantic.
Old Smoky Oliver going to be your first puller.
All right, that was 280, 281, something like that. Where do we think Ted's gonna go in that Ford? 320, 325? I'm saying about 322. Ted Ingram, we were down there at his pool, was it last, no, 2 weeks ago, Saturday night, July the 15th, I believe, in Buckingham, Dillwyn. They had to have a Massey Ferguson 6480 pull the haulers out, and actually they even had a Fiat tractor hooked up to the Massey in tandem trying to pull the trailers out. There's one hauler that was dug down a foot deep in the mud. It just came on torrential storms, 6 inches of rain. To get the sled out, they had to get a bulldozer, and then everything went a little bit smoother with the once they got the bulldozer out. We only got one class in that night, and that was the previous class, the Altered Farm, and Mark Lawson was your winner that night. Tonight is the stablemate, Tommy Eppard. See what Ted Ingram can do here. I call him Cousin Ted. Cousin Ted's from Buckingham. My wife's family's from Buckingham, Virginia. They figure they're related, so I go with it. I call him Cousin Ted. You can't call him Cousin Ted, but I can. .16, 309.16 for Cousin Ted Ingram there.
Steve Flynn on a natural bridge. Be your next one on a tractor he calls the head chase.
I call these pair the Waffle House boys. They'll be found at the Waffle House in a little bit. Steve Flint and Ted Ingram. Drew said he's here watching at the track. Okay, well, what's a better view? The video or where you're at? Tell me. That's right. Nothing beats the smell of a tractor, especially a diesel tractor. The ground ripping, and I tell you, nothing beats a live pull. No, Chris, I will not be there next week. I'm going to be in Lisbon, Ohio, and Langford, New York on Saturday and Sunday for Full Pull Productions. distance up there.
43.51. Right up the road, Pete. Adam Ritchie out of Harrisburg.
There's the combination, the Waffle House boys.
Blue ribbon in the last four in the class.
So what was wrong last week? Injector line? The sheriff's department is down by your car, that white Hyundai Sonata that needs to be moved immediately. Javier Garcia, your car is in jeopardy. You better get to stepping. Adam Ritchie out of Harrisburg.
Once again, back up. Everybody get back towards the golf carts and the side carts. Young lady, gentlemen, right here in front of the announcer's booth, y'all need to back up, please. I cannot have y'all out here. We can't abide by that simple rule that the fair people are going to remove you to the guardrail. So please, please, please stay back. All right, last one of the class, Mr. Adam Ritchie, and that Pabst blue ribbon. Got to chase down Steve Flynn, who's sitting in the #1 spot with that head case right now.
Billy, oh my gosh. Adam Ritchie going for a wild ride there.
199.63, 199.63. Adam, you all right?
199.63, thumbs up right there.
Up anyway. Augusta County showing some love. That was a rough ride.
That was a rough ride, oh my gosh.
All right, let me give you the rundown. First place in the class going to Steve Flint in that head case. Second place going to Ted Ingram. Third place, Derek Ruck in the Old Smoky, excuse me. And then we got Adam Ritchie, #4.
Wild ride there for Adam. Mega truck's up next, then the 52 V8 modifieds, and then the 62 100-pound Sportsman 4x4s. All coming up next.
All right, we'll give them here just a few seconds to get the track work back up in place, and then we'll move right on along. Coming up first. And that blows the pieces forward. Y'all better make some noise. right, so what do y'all think? Is that little Ranger going to make it all the way down here? Make some too bad, y'all. 268.24 for Jack Mark out of Warshaw.
One to go in this mega truck class, and then I count about 8 in that V8 modified class. Mega monster trucks, wheel standing mega trucks. Can't beat it.
shout out to the B&B Land Management, Forestry, Mulching, and Land Clearing, Grading, and Road Building. Guys out here on the track, been keeping it clean and smooth.
Yep, good looking trucks, all of them. Fishersville, Virginia, that's where we're at. Right off of I-81, about 8 miles off of 81, down I-64 east, like you're going toward Richmond. Gonna make anywhere between 800 and 900 horsepower as these tractors, maybe 700 to 800. Northern Virginia sucks. Lower Virginia is awesome. That's where I live, Northern Virginia, just outside of DC, about 25 minutes south of DC. Just so you guys know. But I much prefer getting out into the country and getting on the interstate, getting down south, going out west. This is Hugh Crittenden's tractor. He was on the little Segway there with monster truck tires on it. Really cool looking thing. He drives it all over the pits. Mike is going to drive for him tonight.
Mike Hudgens out of Chesterfield on that full throttle. Start off with 5,000 economy mods, two-wheel drive tractor. I believe we tried to take it on the interstate,
341.68 for Mike Hudgens. Mike's got a John Deere. He's been working on it for a few years. I haven't seen it out in about 5 years. He's been tinkering. On the back it says, when the hook drops, the friendship stops. We're going down to the sled side. We're going to talk to the official Kevin Graham and Temple Byzantine and figure out, we'll see what they want to do, if they want to reset the sled or not.
Alright, I just got informed they're going to have to reset the sled. He's going to have to drop and come back. rum and coffee on Alice Solvers. He calls the deer hunter, be your next puller.
All right, Tommy is hooked
All right,
up.
if I can get my 62 National Sportsmen, start lining up, guys. 62 National Sportsmen, bring them on up.
Tommy is hooked up, but I think they just changed a little bit of gear, how slow or how fast it comes up. I think they're going to move it up a little bit faster. Take care of it with a little gear. I think they're now running pro puller tires in this class, and yes, a set of those could be worth upwards of $10,000.
Let's see if he's going to keep it or turn it down.
279.87, 279.87 for Tommy.
He's turning it down. Thinks he can do better. Fishersville coming up next on the Fireball 706 is Michael Alley.
Michael Alley coming out of Chesterfield calls it unfinished business. The only Ford power plant in this class. I believe they have a RPM limit, maybe 7,200 on the RPM. So you'll hear it when they get on the chip.
do not have a wristband on your arm, you cannot be out here. If you do not have a wristband on your arm, you are not allowed to be out here on the track.
I went over to the lady winner who registered everybody. Said, do I need an armband? She's like, no, we know who you are. But they don't know who everybody is, the teams and all that stuff, so they got to hand out armbands. I get it. Save Southside Speedway, that's right.
Once again, if you are out here on the track and do not have a wristband or are not working for the fair or Broke Motorsports, do not be out here.
Rocky's ready to go. He's already up there. I was looking for him. I was like, who's next? No, he's already up there. Rocky Meadows coming up next out of Chesterfield on the Buck Eater. That's got two purposes, doesn't it? The tractor eats bucks, and the tractor also eats John Deeres.
Hi, Wyatt.
Buck Eater was a points champion a couple years ago.
Hey, Kevin. Chester. On a tractor he calls the Buck Eaters on the hook. Here he goes. Oh yeah, 265.22.
265.22, 265.22. Boy, he took out, what did he take out? 40, he took out 80 foot when he changed the gear. They're like, come on, Temple, let us run a little bit. They want to be down here about 320. Oh, Rocket! My man done ran off the track and left his weights. He tapped the throttle too hard. Big Don Talley, look at him go to work here. Don Talley just picked those up like a man. This is the announcer for Dragon Motorsports. He's doing some pulling duty tonight. John Nickel, loose change. That might be your winner right there. That was a good run. 282. He likes the camera. This is Kevin English and the Gambler coming out of Tappahannock. He is a Snap-on dealer.
I was told Dale Battle is broke. So that would be Kevin English out of Tappahannock on the John Deere they call the Gambler.
$273.27, $273.27.
Should be Tommy Coffee on that Alice Shelburne to call the dealer.
I think we have Mike Hutchins first, and then we have Tommy Coffey.
Yeah, this is Mike Hutchin on the full throttle. He was the first puller and they reset it. Because his first distance was 279. That's where the confusion comes into play. I apologize, folks. Mike Hutchins is on the hook, on the full throttle. This is 279.51. 279.51.
279.51. That's just a few feet off the lead.
Now, after they reset that split, Tommy Coffey and the deer hunter will be the last puller.
Your logo.
Second place going to Mike Hutchins. Third place going to Mike Lally. No, excuse me. Tommy Coffey. Then Mike Lally. I think we might need a pullback. Might need a little assistance over here.
What do you think, John?
I lucked out.
Winner, winner. Ah, congratulations, John Nickel. Hey! Michael Colley, what are you doing, man? Watch your step.
All right, while we're waiting, we're going to remind about tomorrow night down here at 6 o'clock. We got all the mountain boy points classes. We got some street diesel classes, some hot street diesel and a road what you run class.
We sold the truck.
Went out west. Tractor class.
That's it. Well, I'll be out there next week. Friday night.
15 and 12,000 point class.
New York, New York.
Street gas 4x4 class. We've got a whole lot of company out here. We're scheduled to be down here tomorrow night, folks. So join yourselves here tonight.
I think so. I got to also do the schedule.
Tractor pull action. Join us back here tomorrow night.
I went up to Langford last year and
for the finale of the Augusta.
they liked it so good they had wet. All that wet. They liked the footage so good they're like, come on back. So we met in the off season and worked out a schedule where I can still do at least 30 of these events.
All right, this is the last class here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The 62 National Sportsman 4x4 Dragon Motorsports. We got Leroy Cummings in a 2004. Going to be the first puller.
You got to look at their pit vehicle. It's the look at the little. It's like a mini Hummer, and it says "Liberals ahead, stand on it." Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Little assault vehicle there. They do. That's how they talk down in the Luray area. They kind of say they did. Yeah, I did. They repeat themselves a little bit there. Real cute. You pick up on it, the dialect when you go down that way a little bit. You do. Anyway, this is the last class of the night. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 trucks in this class. They'll hook up pretty quick. We got 22 minutes before curfew. There's curfew. Who said that? He said that? Someone mentioned something about curfew. Yeah, the Alice Chalmer was tight. Didn't want to start back up. Congratulations to Tommy Eppard, Steve Flint, all the Megatruck guys. They did a good job. And John Nickel. Who's going to take the sportsman class? Ford or Chevy? Let me know. Yeah, there's Norris curfews around here. We were at a poll last year. I kid you not. They called at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the motor grader got out. It was too loud. And I'm ashamed to say I live right down the road from that pole. It's just the people in that area. Everything. There's nobody else around except for them. That's the best way to put it. They are it, and that's that. And they wear people out. They get on the phone, start calling local law enforcement, all this stuff. They want to enforce noise curfew. It's ridiculous. I don't like living there. I hate it. There he is. Mr. Chevy fan. He's right here. Turn you around. Mr. Chevy fan, you go find him on that channel. 87, I said 85 the other day. Fun killers, yeah, that's what they are. You going to Berryville next week? Or no, I mean Front Royal or Winchester? Oh, you're coming back down here for the Appalachian Outlaws? 10-4. Hey Chris, you need to go up there and film, buddy. No one's going to be there. $124 people. That's good. I hope y'all liked it. I hope I go back and there's 124 likes. And go check out that mini rod video. It showed Jeff Hurt rolling over. Well, not all the way over, but kind of turning over on the side a little bit. Mary Kell got the win in that video. A little sled right on. My son was doing the starting line filming on that night. And we'll finish up that full pole footage here in the next couple days. We're filming tonight. We're filming tomorrow in Fishersville. And then Sunday we're going to Leonardtown, Maryland. And then we'll get back on the videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we head to Lisbon, Ohio. And then Saturday, Sunday in Langford, New York. He needs to roll that side right there. Last year, Tracy Parker and his two-tone Ford had a really awesome night here. They pulled way down yonder, and then Bob Simmons come in. He done broke the sled, ripped the chain off, and all kinds of stuff. They were working on it for about 45 minutes. They said, "All right, guys, just a few of you guys ran. There's no way we could set it back to the perfect setting. Well, let's just restart it over." So I think Tracy Parker came back and won it. Strong Ford, I'm telling you. But I got it on record. Eric Smith said that his Playing Possum, his two-tone Chevy right there, the orange and white one, he said that one's going on the top spot. And then Mike Shiflett right there in the purple Ford, he got the win last week in South Boston. Leroy's acting like a mega truck. He's pulling halfway down the track before he backs up. Is he still running Steve Schmidt? You don't know him? Big John Talley hooking him in. You can see John Talley tomorrow night, and his Duramax will be in the diesel class tomorrow night.
Okay. Leroy Covich 2000 Model 4, the first puller. 62 National Sportsman.
For Leroy and the Silver Bullet.
He's turning it down.
Turning it down, he's going to come back.
Said he's going to come back. Alrighty. Shepard out of Madison, 97 Model 4, he calls the cash drop. Be your next puller.
Oh, did he? Oh, I guess that was his semi. Hey. Who? No, he did not. Hey, Jay!
Quite sure what happened to Adam, but we're going on with Eric Smith. Out of Augusta, that 86 model Chevrolet. Laying by.
Now the word on the street is Aaron Smothers has been helping with this truck. Aaron's got some projects. He drives that old Money Hog, that yellow Money Hog Chevy. And that's the word on the street is he is helping Eric get this going, and then he's got a couple others that projects that he's working on. Can't wait to have Aaron Smothers back out here.
Hey Jeff, if you could get those fellas to back up away from the track, back over this way, on the other, at least even on that side of the announcer's booth, please. Thank you, gentlemen.
$296.29.
And a 65 Model 4, he calls wasted wages.
There you go. Good looking truck. Well, I think he pretty much drove right down that track. They haven't rolled this area right here, that big hump right there, and that was where that one puller kind of got right on the edge with his international Kenny Bogger and Rippin' Red, and I don't think they touched it since. But everybody's been on that left side groove over there. In the off season, they said, "Oh, this truck's it's not going to work. Let's get it out of here." So they lengthened the truck, and it has really come alive. It's really performed really well this 2023 season. This wasted wages. $294.41, $294.41. Love that 66, 65 body style. Look at Toby go. Getting on down with it. All right, there he is. Mike's looking at it. He's like, "Oh, I see what you saw. Now I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna do."
We got about 5 trucks left in this class, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to round out the festivities for here tonight. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out and hanging out with us here at the Friday night truck and tractor pulling here at the Augusta County Fair. Now, when y'all go out of here up on Redneck Hill, y'all can find that it's still a little wet and slick. So don't be up there acting a fool and slipping and sliding. Be respectful of the property and take your time going out.
So Bob Simmons and that another foolish habit. He was on a roll for a while there, about a month straight, month and a half. You couldn't touch him, I'm telling you. And then he had a good run last week at South Boston. And then Mike Schmissler come back and he put it on him in that little Ford. That purple 1944 coming up here in a minute. Call him the sled buster. He broke the sled last year. Old Bob Simmons. He's what they call a glowworm. He works in a nuclear facility. They fly drones in there, check in on operations, and one they lost one, and they use this robot vehicle to go in there and retrieve it. He thought it was going to be nothing left of it, but it was all intact.
Another foolish habit. Going still for the number 1 spot, 309.01.
309.01. I thought he might have taken it over. Good run for Bob Simmons.
Hey, Eric.
Stale, get tired, I'm ready to go. Get up and do this again tomorrow.
Joe Hill on a 94 Ford. He calls Steel and Thunder. Going to be Mr. Tom Hall.
Tom Hall coming out of Doe Hill. Isn't that right? You go look him up. Southern Showdown 2021. Sportsman 4x4. Tom, he had a good run, and you could tell the throttle was stuck. He got down to the end of the track, and then he cracked that throttle, and it went back on top of the sled and just tore that whole rear quarter panel up. And they were working on it all day the next day to get it ready. And then they went back in the off season. They fixed it, got it all fixed up. But that was 2021 Southern Showdown in Miller's Tavern. And boy, something wrong with that throttle, and he got into it.
Tom had a distance, 297.94. 297.94.
297, 94.
Mr. Michael Shiflin in a 1944. He calls clear cut.
Look at Derek Brinkley in that little skid steer. He said, y'all pay for my fuel to get there. I will come and I'll work the track. I'll sit in that air-conditioned cab of that skid steer and I will work it all night long. As long as I don't have to sit out in the heat no more. That's what he said. He's done a good job all night long. Got a little chatter coming from the undercarriage there. I don't know if it's in the drive shaft or... Looks like we got Mike Shiflett and the clear cut 1940 Ford coming up next. Then we got, looks like Philip Simmons. Yeah, it looks like Philip Simmons and another Foolish Pleasure. That's his brother Daniel right next to him. And then we got Leroy Cubbage coming back. Those three left. Michael had his that hood scoot cowl off on the ground. I was walking over there. He said, "Y'all come here, come here." He got old Eric Smith in the fender well of his orange and white truck working on it. And Eric said, "I'm taking this pull tonight." But Mike was he was giving him the business. He had his truck apart, working on it. These guys are always tinkering. The old Henry's Heartbeat. That's what they used to call it. And then they bought it. .440, 28440. Mike didn't have enough tonight. Maybe the track's going away. I think that's what it is. kind of see the distance, about 20 some odd foot between where he stopped and the leader mark. Two trucks to go, and you've already seen one of them. You've seen the Silver Bullet. He was the first one. You dropped it. And then the orange one, Philip Simmons. I believe Daniel just about gave up on driving the truck. Every time I go around and talk to him, Philip's driving. And they would rotate. You know, one would drive one night, one would drive the next night. The Coffee family, I don't know, that WD Alice Chalmers, the dad will drive one year, and then the son will drive the next year, and they rotate years just so they keep the consistency. And I don't know if consistency was a problem or not, but Philip's been kind of on a tear here of late, getting in the top 2 or 3. But right now you got Uncle Bob on the #1 spot. See if we can go Simmons. I wonder if they're going to have curfew tomorrow. Saturday night. $291.19 for Philip Simmons. Just about 15 foot back. Maybe about 17 foot. So, you know, Ford guys only got one shot left. Bob Simmons is out there. Yeah, Simmons doing work. Well, this is the last one.
All right, the first car drop coming back. That's going to be Leroy Tubbage. That 2000 model Ford. We'll get the last truck here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you to everybody else for coming out here and showing your support to the Augusta County Fair. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Like I said, tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, we'll be right back here.
One left there he is, Leroy Cubbage. You've seen him on RFD TV, the NTPA. He's been all over. Now he's running a wedge. They're going to pull him out onto the track and then start him. You like my commentary skills? Corey got on to me one time. You know more about this. I can't see what you're saying. You got to tell me what's going on. Tomorrow night is a few of these Dragon classes, the mega trucks and the V8 modified tractors. But it's mainly going to be a Mountain Boys show. We're going to have some antiques, farm stocks, big block, small block, street gas, street diesel, maybe some hot diesel.
Leroy's distance 292.60. 292.60.
$292.60. That's gonna do it. Your winner, Bob Simmons. Feeling hot, hot, hot. I'll see you, Mikey.
All right, I'll give you the rundown. First place in the class going to Bob Simmons and Another Foolish Habit. Second place going to Eric Smith and that Play Apostle. Third place going to Tom Hull and that's Stealing Thunder. Fourth place going to Clayton Sowers and that Wasted Wages. And round out your top five right there, Leroy Cubbage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody all for coming out. So we're supporting the Augusta County Fair. Please, please, please drive safe going home.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night.